So it is day 6 of my 40-40 exercise challenge. And besides this 1 hour, the rest of the day it's supposed to rain. So I got my boys out here and I'm just trying to get the smile in before the weather sets in. It is day 7 of this program, and that's just awesome to me because, as you know, I can never stick to a workout program. I think the most that I have consecutively worked out in the last 4 years is 2 days. And then I quit for like 2 weeks and then I try again. So 7 days is just awesome. I know it doesn't seem like a big accomplishment to just go walk a mile for 7 days, but to someone who never works out, that is huge. And I think when you're on this journey of just trying to get healthier, you have to constantly count the small wins because that is what keeps you going. I completely forgot to tell you guys what my task was yesterday, but it was simply just to leave my Bible open where I can see it every day. I guess there's a statistic that says that if it's out and it's open, you read it more, which would make sense because, you know, like the saying, like out of sight, out of mind. So if it's obviously like in your sight, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I need to read my scripture for today. So although I normally read on my phone because it's just more convenient, like when I'm nursing and putting my kid down for a nap, I'll read it or whatever. At least the reminder is there. My scripture yesterday was over the Samaritan woman at the well. Okay, so I just finished reading my scripture for day 7, and it went more into the woman at the well and what kind of happened after it, how the people in that town came to know Jesus and got saved, and it's just a really cool part, I think, that is left out of the story. So if you would like to read more of what I was just talking about, read this verse here. And my challenge for today is to encourage somebody else. So that can either be in the accountability group or someone in my life, and I will probably choose someone in my life. I do want to pray over this and just kind of ask God if there's anyone in my life that does need encouragement. So I'll get back to you on this, but other than that, day 7 is complete. Okay, I'm just coming out here to get started on day 8 smile. I forgot to hop on the camera last night and let you guys know that I did complete that encouragement challenge. What I ended up doing was just texting every single one of my friends and sending them a thought out text, a prayed over text, to just encourage them, things that are personal to them that would be an encouragement that I don't want to share because obviously they're personal, but I did do that. And something that this challenge made me realize, though, although I'm praying over my friends, I'm not always the best at checking in with them, or at least checking in the way of saying like, hey, how can I encourage you, or how can I help you this week? So that's something I'm taking from that challenge yesterday and going beyond just praying for them every week, but really checking in and being a better friend to them. So just something good that I wanted to share that made a mental note and that this challenge encouraged me to do. My scripture for today, and my challenge for today is to pick something to fast from for the rest of this challenge. And I already know what it is. I thought I might take some time to pray over it, but I already know what it is. It's something that I'm super bad about, and something not being on my phone in front of my kids when they're awake. So obviously that doesn't apply if I need to make like a doctor's appointment or text a friend back who's in an emergency, or my family back. But that just means like being off Facebook, being off Instagram, not watching YouTube videos, or even not watching the news or TV when they're awake as well, but really just being present and just focusing on them. It is so late and I just got done reading my scripture. My challenge today was to reach out and text or call somebody that I haven't talked to in a really long time and just reconnect with them. And I ended up doing that with someone from my old church, so that was really cool. We were in youth group together and kind of grew up together but lost touch when we went off to college and stuff, and it was just really cool to hear how she's doing. Today is day 10, and today's challenge is to wear my 40-40 t-shirts. Here's the back of it, has this cool logo. I have to rush because I have to take my youngest son to the doctor, but that means my challenge is to complete today because this is what I'm wearing. Literally poured all day today. So after we got back today, there was no way we were gonna walk outside. So I downloaded an app that like tracks your like distance or your mileage or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's telling me like when I'll reach a mile, and I am literally just walking circles in my house. So my first time, I used to do this all the time when it was in the middle of the winter and I was pregnant last year. If you guys used to watch those videos, but I am gonna get this mile in. But I've done my task for today. Scripture was over Jesus taking 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish and feeding 5,000 people with that. And I've always been fascinated by this story, one, because if they're breaking up the bread and the fish, did they like visually see it with their eyes, like when they broke it off, like some grew back or something? I've always wondered about that. I guess one day I'll have to ask the people who were there when I get to heaven. Also, like, such a good reminder of like, if he can do that, what can he do in our lives? Because I know for me, there's so many times I like overthink things and I'm so worried and I have anxiety over something. And it makes me doubt God's goodness, and it makes me doubt if he's gonna come through and help me with this problem or help me, like, give me a way around it. You know, I don't know, there's just so many situations I could go into, but it really makes me think about, like, if he can take that and feed a crowd of 5,000, like, what can he do with my life and what can he do with your lives? Just really good, I don't know, a thought provoking. But I'm gonna go ahead, finish walking, and that will be day 10 complete. So I've been contemplating on how to do my uploads because last video I had to post because I was running out of room on my phone. I still film on my phone, but I have cleared out some of my memory. However, I don't want to post every 5 days because that'd be like 8 videos over this challenge, and I feel like that's just too much. I feel people will get bored with that and wouldn't want to watch that many videos. So what I'm going to do is post this one, and then my next video, I'll start going by 10. So I'll post days 11 through 20, and then 21 through 30, and then 31 through 40. So that means only 3 more videos instead of like a bunch more. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I have completed 10 days on this challenge, which is awesome. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling motivated, and I definitely think that this challenge is growing me and also accomplishing my goals for doing this whole 40-40 challenge. So, but just encouraging to someone else out there, if they're in the same boat as I am, where you're not great at sticking to an exercise program, or even you haven't exercised in a very long time, and you can just start with something super little and just build off of it. Because I can already tell you, this has reminded me so much of how good I feel when I do exercise every single day, and I do want to try something harder after this challenge is complete. So just starting, just getting that momentum going will lead you to your goals, will lead you to something greater. So just start, just do something small, and it'll lead to great things. I also just wanted to say that if you can't afford this program, because I think it's like $50, and I know that in this economy, everyone's budget's tight, this will be very easy to do for free. And that's nothing against 40-40. Obviously, I'm doing it. I'm getting so much out of it, and I do not regret my purchase at all. So that's not me saying don't pay for the program. That's just me saying if you can't pay for the program, this would be so easy for you to just do walking and just reading through a book of the Bible. So just pick any book of the Bible. You could even pick John, because that's what this challenge is doing, and you could read it without paying for the program. So I just wanted to throw that out there. 40-40 people, don't be mad at me. I'm just trying to give other people an idea if they can't afford it. So hope that all makes sense, and that's gonna be it for this video, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye.